Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo. Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment in court.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
Yo, that was fire.
Yeah.
I like that, though. I like that.
The person that's dealt with some people in the industry, I can personally tell you, most of them are bullshit. Most of them got something going on and they crazy and they will have you. I'm talking about they'll have you crazy.
Yeah, they look professional, bro. You look real professional. In case, like Slim said, it's the beginning, man. We're gonna see more. It's gonna unfold, and
that mean I'm doing my job.
Hey. If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the new party.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Today is day 2 of our live Breaking Diddy coverage. I'm actually sitting at an airport, but I was in the courtroom all day. What a day. What a day. I'm sure you guys heard about the bombshell outburst. Also, we have our second co-conspirator. I actually learned today, speaking to a legal analyst, that there was one before this that I don't know why they're not making it public. But the first one, if you recall, was one of Diddy's assistants, the male.
Yeah.
And now the second one is Eddy Garcia. He took the stand today. And, he talked about how he took a total payment of $100,000 from Diddy to dispose of the tape from with the meeting of Cassie at the Intercontinental Hotel. So what do you want to start with today, Gray?
So it says it was a ritzy Los Angeles hotel, and like you said, he took $100,000 bribe. Was he ever charged for that?
So what happened is they have essentially in lieu of getting charged, they're giving him immunity for his testimony. So today he did testify. And what he is now testifying to is he was not the head of security at the time. He was a security guard. The person that was on first shift that was there for it was no longer there. He comes into work around 2 p.m. When he gets to work, the security office receives a phone call from Christina Karam. Remember that name. She was the head of Diddy's personal assistants. Receives a call from her, says, hey, Mr. Combs, I'm his assistant. He was intoxicated. He doesn't remember what happened. But, he had a rough night. He said, is there anything you can do to help us? So then he receives another call. This time she said, hey, my boss is on the phone. And he recognizes the voice. It's Diddy. And so he says to him, well, he's like, I really need help. You know how it is. I was drunk. It was a rough night with me and my girl. You know how women are. Can you help us out by seeing if you can get rid of the tape? He said, look, I can't guarantee that. Let me talk to my boss. So then he goes and calls the head of security, who I believe had access to the servers. And he said, hey, he wants to know, can we get rid of the tapes? So he says to him, yeah, $50,000. So he calls back. speaks to Christina. Hey, my boss said we could do it for 50. Diddy gets on the phone. He goes, thank you. You're my angel. He calls him Eddie Angel. And so basically what they do is the next day on, I think March 7th, they get the server and they get the server and they get rid of the tapes. So they go, they download on the server like a disk, a jump drive. And so from there, they he goes, he arranges with Christina, they give him an address, he shows up at the address, it's a condo, and Christina brings him up. He meets her, Diddy, and the head of security. He wasn't feeling well, or his voice was cracking because he was so nervous. So Diddy's like, hey, you want some tea? He's like, I don't know, I don't really drink tea like that. He's like, bring him the one I like. They bring him tea. He goes, okay, I'll be back. He comes back with a brown paper bag and a money counter, counts out 100,000. Now, initially the deal was 50. He threw in another 50. He said, hey, what are you going to do with the money? He was like, I don't know. He was like, well, don't do no big purchases. He said, Diddy walks him down. He gets his car. Diddy gets him his. He makes sure Diddy's not following him. They leave. He leaves. He returns. He goes, gives 50 to the boss. He takes 30 and gives 20 to the other guy.
Wow. Well, I know you were saying that you saw Diddy's mom and the son. So this is day 14 of the trial. 15? So how were the family's reactions?
So today, the first people that come in is the mother. Actually, the first people that come in, Diddy's last baby's mother. I don't know her name. You might have to look it up for me, Gray. She's Asian. She comes in with, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this lady before. It's an African American lady, late 20s, early 30s with braids. I feel like I've seen her, but I couldn't put two and two together. Dana Tran, but I don't know the person she was with. I don't know her name. So Dana Tran was there today. Diddy's publicist was there. The publicist said hello to me. I believe if I probably had more time to stay around and talk, I may have been able to make a connection with the publicist because she kept saying hi to me. So the baby mama was there, Dana Tran. Then his mother shows up, and then a little bit after, Justin Combs shows up. So it was Justin Combs, the mom, and his Dana Tran was there today representing the family.
Okay. So who is Mark and Philo? That was asked Derek Ferguson general question by Sean Diddy Combs. He asked the former chief financial advisor about Combs' with David.
You're jumping ahead too much.
Okay.
We're not there yet. So first it was the testimony of the head of security. He is a co-conspirator. In the counter questions that defense gave, he pretty much was shown. The defense really didn't ask him any questions, surprisingly, but they did show a non-disclosure agreement and they did show an exclusion. So basically, I think the purpose of them showing the exclusion was like, well, why did you need to say you were a co-conspirator? You could have testified today. Because pretty much in the non-disclosure agreement, it gives permission if you're subpoenaed to testify in a court. So there was no reason for him to be named as a co-conspirator. Because I think that's what they're getting at here. And then also, another thing, Diddy continued to call him. Diddy called him on Easter about a month later. Oh, wait, I skipped an important part. Hold on. When Diddy was meeting with him to make him feel comfortable, he had FaceTimed Cassie, and he goes, Cassie can even tell you she doesn't want this tape out. She goes, yeah, I don't want this tape to come out. I'm about to have a big movie, and it's embarrassing. So he did speak to Cassie on FaceTime. The other thing is, in order to, I guess, ensure that they wouldn't speak, he asked for copies of their IDs. That was kind of wild to me because it was like, why do you need copies of their IDs? You know what I mean?
Right.
But Eddie was the only one that signed the non-disclosure agreement. It's weird. So this is where I believe he's a co-conspirator because he was basically the one in the middleman involved in the extortion.
Makes perfect sense.
So then we get to the CFO of Bad Boy Records. This is Greg Ferguson. He testified today. Greg pretty much was this. Let me pull out my notes, guys. Hold on. Okay. So you guys need to remember this name. Christina Karam is like, I'm almost curious if she's going to be a co-conspirator or if she's going to testify in his defense because pretty much she's named a lot in this and she has a hand in all of this.
Right.
So Craig Ferguson comes and testifies. What was interesting about Greg Ferguson is, hold on, let me get to that. I'm sorry, Derek Ferguson. He was a white gentleman, late 50s to mid 60s. He worked for Diddy from 1998 to 2017. His first role was the CFO of Bad Boy Records. Then he was a chief growth officer, then chief operating officer. Pretty much he's named on all the bank records, so he has access to take money to and out from. They asked him how Diddy was paid. He said Diddy was given a salary. The other thing is Diddy would put a lot of business in his name. One of the businesses was called Janice Combs Music. And basically, if anyone used his likeness or his name, that was the account paid. And I believe that was where a lot of the money was coming in and out of. So this is where they're going to get him on the racketeering, I believe.
Makes sense. Friend of the show, Kamal, that's what he asked. He said, "What's up?" So it seems like the Rico might stick there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this week was really a watershed moment for me, guys. I was 50-50. I'm at 90-10. 90% he's going to be convicted.
Well, I have the video of you being interviewed. Do you want to talk about some other stuff, or you want to get to the main thing?
Why don't you play the video of me being interviewed, and then I can give tea that I didn't give that guy.
All right, so here's the video of Nora being interviewed by Secret Service, right?
Yeah, Secret Service Sam.
And he's interviewed Gene Deal. He's been covering the entire Diddy trial.
He's a comedian.
Guys, Secret Service Sam here, just stepped out of the diddlation, the diddler, the court building, and do we have an exclusive for you guys. Everybody's always asking, Sam, was there drama in the courtroom? Does anybody ever get crazy? Today, yes. And I have my eyewitness here, guys, because I got to be careful when I say things that they are eyewitness accounts. To tell my good people, tell them your name.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Christine from the New Party podcast.
That's right. That's right. And I have her on here now. Tell us what just happened inside the courtroom.
So I was sitting next to a lady, I believe by the name of I Am Candy.
Yeah, Candy. Shout out to Candy. She got a little crazy today.
She was nice to me, so I have nothing bad to say other than what she did. So when we got in the courtroom immediately, she was asking could she wear a head wrap. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let her.
Right. She said, but I want to wear my hat. She said it's for religious purposes. And this bailiff, he's like, I'm not going to tell you again. You don't wear the hat or you're out. And he yelled. And we're like, they don't play in federal court.
So then she looks at me and she goes, why can't I talk? It's, it's court. It's public. I said, man, you need to be quiet. They're not playing with you today.
Right. Yeah. Tell him. Keep going.
So then a few minutes later, she's like, I don't know why people are laughing. This is not a joke. They laughing at this black man. So I'm like, oh God, I'm just looking down. So then she starts writing these words and I couldn't make it out. The next thing I know, she's like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta pack up. So she gets up, walks out, goes to the doors. I'm assuming that one of the female bailiffs was in the way. So she goes, bitch, get the F out my way. And the next thing I know, they're like, hey, you need to calm down. You need to leave. She's like, I'm gonna leave. This is Diddy. They trying to get you. They trying to bring a black man down in this white supremacist system. And then they're like, ma'am, you need to calm down. She goes, what you gonna do? Pull out the gun and shoot me? And then the next thing I know, three of them, literally she's doubling down, not moving. Three of them are dragging her out and she was gone. But still, nonetheless, yeah, that's
crazy Diddy courtroom drama. And I heard she said something like, Diddy, get the guns ready. Or she was yelling at Diddy. The judge said, order in the court. You never hear Judge Submaranian get mad. This dude, he's a totally chill, young Indian guy. A lot of people don't know he's Indian. A lot of people think he's white. But he is so cool and chill. And he was like, order in the court. And so, guys, it was crazy. Shout out to Candy. She means well, but she had a hard time. And the funniest part is the courtroom painters, actually, she's in there, so she got in a courtroom drawing. They drew her ass in there getting kicked out. So I'm going to try and talk to Candy later, get her eyewitness testimony. But I just want to let you guys know we just took a break. Big time drama. Make sure you follow. Tell them where they can follow you.
Hi, everyone. You can follow me at the New Party 24 on TikTok, X, and YouTube.
Yep. And I'm going to be doing their podcast soon, so look out for that. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok.
So how do you feel? You want to tell us what happened there?
All right. So I gave him the tea, but I didn't give him all the tea, right? Because I had to save it for my show. So let me tell you, Gray, you remember yesterday when we were filming the Combs family leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, if you recall, you probably heard a woman when we got the Combs family shot saying, "Don't call her Mama Combs. Don't call her Mama Combs. That's Mrs. Combs. That's Mrs. Combs." So then she was talking to Mrs. Combs. I guess she recognizes her because from what I later learned is this lady goes there every single day. So she's been there since the jury selection. So she goes there like there all day. So then she was pretty like tense this morning. I can tell you we were standing in the line waiting to see who were the 14, because only 14 people get inside, who the 14 were that going to get picked. And they saw her, they said, "Hey, no, she can't get it, pull her to the side." But I guess they called their supervisor, and when they called their supervisor, they gave her the okay to come inside. So then they let her up, we all get up. That's when we sit down. The moment we sit down, the marshal, because they're not called by bailiffs, guys, they're called marshals. So the marshal goes, "Hey, take off your hat, take off your sunglasses." She's like, "Well, what if it's for like religious reasons?" And she really wasn't being rude, but I guess she's pretty mouthy on the regular, so they kind of know her. He's like, "Look, I'm not playing with you." He's like, "I'm not playing with you today. Anything you do, I'm kicking you out." He goes, "That goes for anybody. No talking, no eating. You guys can't stand up to get closer to see the defendant, aka Diddy. You have to like wait. You have to sit down and only get up when you're leaving." So then she looks over to me and she goes, "I don't understand why we can't talk. This is a public courtroom." I was like, "Ma'am, this is how court is. You can't talk in court." And so then so she's looking down, she's making little notes. And as we're sitting there waiting, she starts yelling. She starts saying like random things. And at this point, like 5 minutes into it, Diddy comes into the room. I will say, I want to correct something because I'm all about being accurate and honest. He doesn't look as white as I thought. It is kind of like the koala bear look. So that is accurate, guys. Greg, I want to send you something because I want to show you what he really does look like.
Okay.
This is pretty accurate.
For sure. Nora got the exclusive going out there to New York. She has got breaking news and everything like that.
Oh, wait. Can I send it in the chat, you think?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think I can.
Bring me back up.
No, it won't let me. But I will say that the pictures are very accurate. In fact, I want to correct something else. He doesn't look like he gained weight once I saw him up close. He looks like he's actually lost weight. He does walk in and he does do this a lot. That is accurate, what I said. And he's constantly scanning the room, looking to see who's there, looking to talk to his family. As I stated today, Dana Tran came, the mom came, and Justin came. Also, the publicist was there. So anyway, so as he comes into the room, he's standing up, he's talking to his lawyers. Everybody's pretty much like, you can tell he's stressed, but he's laughing. Everyone's laughing. Like they're talking about the day. She goes, "I don't know what's so funny. They in here, they laughing at him. They laughing at him. This is not funny." She goes to think, this is her sitting down before she gets kicked out. If they could do this to Diddy, who's a millionaire, they can do this to anybody. Imagine what they could do to anybody. When the feds get you in their sides, they can do this to anybody. So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, be quiet. They already don't want you talking. So then we're about the court's in session. They're starting to dispute. So basically the start of session, before they bring in the jurors, they dispute certain things. Like they say certain evidence, if they're going to allow it in or allow it out. And so they're working on disputing things. Something else I learned, guys, side note, I want to talk about this.
Okay.
They are going to be putting into evidence phone calls, or like, I guess Diddy was talking to his family about his birthday. I don't know if you recall, remember when everybody was giving him those birthday messages at the end of last year? So anyways, they're trying to bring in to evidence the birthday phone calls, where he was asking his family to send them, because they're trying to say that that was the reason why Mia was sending birthday messages to him, because she was coerced. So that'll be what's dropping next week, or maybe tomorrow even. They're going to introduce it into evidence.
For sure.
So while we're waiting to begin, she's like, "Okay, I got to go. I got an appointment." So she packs up her stuff. She walks to the door. I'm guessing there was a marshal standing at the door, as a female marshal. She goes, "B," like B. I don't want to curse because I'm in the airport. "B, get the heck out of my way." So this is her talking to the marshal. And so they're like, hey, it's time for go. You gotta go. You gotta go. She goes, I am leaving. I am leaving. She goes, Diddy, they over here laughing at you. They all laughing at you. They in here, they laughing at a black man. This is a white supremacist system. Um, and then they're like, you need to calm down or we're gonna make you leave. She goes, oh, you got a gun? If you got a gun, I wish you would. Go ahead, shoot me. I wish you would. And they're like trying to drag her out. It took 3 people to get her outside. I'm not gonna lie. When she started hollering and then she said the word gun, I thought she saw a gun. So I stood up because like where I was at was like at the end of the road where she was sitting, and the door is like 4 or 5 feet away, and all the bailiffs come charging towards her. So I was kind of scared, like if they start shooting from the other side or something. Like I was honestly scared. And then Tisa Tells was a foot away from the door, and so she got up when they were trying to pull her out to move out the way because she was scared.
Speaking of Tisa Tells, you met some famous people. You
Yeah.
want to tell people who this is and who you met?
You got the picture up?
Yeah. Can't see it?
No,
It's up.
there's nothing on the screen.
Oh, okay. I have it up. You want to tell people about who you met?
Is it going to be on the screen?
It's already up there.
It's not on the screen. Nobody can see it.
All right, let me take this down because maybe I can only see it on my side. But keep going.
Yeah, there's nothing on the screen. I might have to, I need to see who it is to be able to speak to it.
Can you see that?
Yes.
All right.
So pretty much that's Armand Wiggins. So that was pretty awesome. Today was his birthday. So if you guys are fans of his, give him a shout out. He's been working with a lot of big names, Nancy Grace, TMZ. He's actually going to be on a panel this week for TMZ. So it's pretty awesome meeting him. I also met Secret Service Sam. I don't know if you guys know who Secret Service Sam is, but he will be making a guest appearance on our show. He was invited to the White House last year. And when he was at the White House, he did like a sketch. And then he's been following the Diddy trial closely. Also, I don't know if you remember the whole situation that went down. I got courtroom tea with Gene Deal.
Yeah.
So basically, poor Gene Deal. This guy, he has a podcast or YouTube. I don't know his name, or I would say it, but I really don't know his name. He accosted Gene, and he was like, "Hey, Gene," like just bothering him. And I'll say this guy's very aggressive and nasty. He pretty much bothers everyone. He didn't bother me because I mind my business. But he accosted Gene, and Gene pushed him. So because Gene pushed him and they were in the elevator, he was asked not to come back for a few days. And coincidentally, this was his first day back, and guess what? I missed him, but oh well. Secret Service Sam made a video on it, and the guy found out, so he approached him and accosted him and started calling him all sorts of racial names. So that's the tea behind the courtroom tea.
Okay, I see here. They said that Cone bank statements were seen. Did that happen today?
Yep. So we saw. This is how they're getting the RICO and racketeering charge. Basically, what I gather they're alluding to, they're saying that money was moved from his bank account to pay for, the edge trafficking, to pay for, to pay off the people with the extortion for the tape. So pretty much that's how they're saying. They're saying he moved money from his accounts to pay for those things.
Oh, I got something big. I don't know if you saw this.
What?
Prosecutors asked judge to ban people they say revealed Mia's identity.
Yes.
Hello?
That's the one. Did I tell you about that?
Was it you?
Wasn't me. So pretty much, there was a small podcaster that was there yesterday. This is the tea I found out. There was a small podcaster that was there yesterday, and he revealed Mia's identity. I guess somehow. So that means that they're watching our stuff, Ray. Because how would they have known? He's really small, because the guy was like, "Oh, it's some BS podcast." I said, "What's a BS podcast?" I said, "How many people you got?" He said, "Only a few, 3,000." I said, "Well, I guess we a BS podcast too, but that's okay." I said, "How many people you got?" He goes, "I only got 8,000." I said, "I guess all three of us are." So basically, somehow they found out that he revealed Mia's identity. In my defense and in our channel's defense, what did I say yesterday, Gray?
About what?
Her identity. What did I say? Do you remember?
You said she was Caucasian, blonde, and she had a
I
deep
said,
voice.
that's not what I said. I said, I will not reveal who she is. I will not confirm if who has come out is her out of respect for her. That's what I said yesterday.
So you feel like the guy's in the wrong for revealing her identity?
Yes, he should not have confirmed who she was.
I wonder how he figured it out.
He was in the room, and then I think academics, or people, also, academics. What's that? Tasha, whatever, Tasha K made allegations. So it's people were coming out with names. I'm not, he probably confirmed like, hey, I was in the courtroom. This is so and so, but I refuse to confirm nor deny who it is.
Okay, so did you find out who the next witnesses were?
Also, another thing, you cannot talk about the jurors. A lot of podcasts from Myron Gaines, Tisa Tells, they've been talking about who the jurors are. That is against the law. You cannot reveal their identities. You cannot describe them until after the jury's over, until after the case is over.
So it's been a big issue with people's identities being exposed.
Correct. You cannot talk about. I cannot tell you the jury makeup. The only thing I will say, it is very diverse, but I cannot give details other than that.
Is there any other details that you are allowed to give that you can give to the audience?
I mean, I get right now the next people that I believe are going to take the stand.
I got that for you right here. So
go ahead.
The next person, they said, Tommy said, forensic video expert Frank Piazza will take the stand tomorrow, followed by Brianna Bungoli.
Who's that?
Jane, one of Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, who is using a synonym, is slated to testify after Bungoli tomorrow afternoon.
Who's Bungoli?
They don't say. I have to look that up. Comey also said Jane's direct examination will take at least 2 days, if not 3. She estimated that the defense's cross-examination will be a similar length. And again, they'll be going until 3 p.m. But let me see who Brianna Bangolin is. But go ahead.
Let's think.
There's another Diddy accuser, also sued Diddy for $10 million.
I believe this might be 50 Cent's baby mama.
Oh, this is 50 Cent's baby mama?
I believe so. That's the allegation I've heard.
A fashion designer who accused Sean Diddy Combs of groping her and dangling her over the edge of a 17th floor balcony is set to take the stand in his federal ex-trafficking trial as early as today.
Wow.
Brianna, nicknamed Bana Bangoli, sued him over for $10 million last year, accusing him of actual battery. And she had a lawsuit claiming he touched her and attacked her at Cassie's apartment at the notorious Freakhouse. The fashionista also claims that the alleged balcony assault was Combs now followed a pattern of threats and abuse. She claims Diddy force-fed her ecstasy and during a photo shoot told her, in the mother effing devil, I could delete you. Bongolia's lawsuit further includes stories shared while working with Combs, including that he threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Her complaint also featured rumor that Diddy previously skinned a rival's dog, although she admitted did not know if there was any truth to it. So she would have been there she could have been there today. You just missed
it. Probably not. It's 3:00 now.
Oh, okay. I have a picture of her. I'll show you. And maybe because you might have saw her. Did you see this person? Can you see that?
No, they hide the witnesses.
Oh, okay.
They're not sitting in the courtroom.
Oh, wow.
I saw. Show me Diddy's baby mama. I'm pretty sure this is who I saw today.
50 Cent's baby mama?
No, Diddy's baby. I just told you none of the witnesses
are
allowed to sit in the
okay.
courtroom.
Yeah, I'll show you. So people can see who you saw.
Mm-hmm.
She's Vietnamese.
Yep, that was her. Yep, that was her today.
Okay. Was she upset? Was she happy? How was she acting?
She looked sad.
I mean, we talked about a video on here where she was abused, but you feel like she's
No, that's not her. That's someone else.
Her?
That's not her. That's Gina. That's someone else.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's not her. This lady has never come out and said she was abused in any way. But what's interesting is about a few months ago, they have look up her date, look up her name and put date, and the pictures will come up of her on a date with another man.
That's not coming up.
What's her name?
You're talking about this baby mama right here, right?
Put in her name and put date. Go to Google, put in her name and put date, and it'll come up.
Is it a Spanish guy?
Yes.
Him?
Yep. That was her. She was there today.
Was he there with her?
Really great.
Was he there?
Really great.
The audience wants to know, was he there?
No, they don't. You know he was not there.
Do you have any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts is don't believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Actually believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, I should say. It was an interesting day. I don't know. I'm still trying to make sense of the day. I'm not ready to say what I think went down today. But once I connect the dots and the pieces, I'll articulate what I think really went down today.
Sounds good. Well, this is Nora Christine reporting live from the Diddy trial.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow at 12.